Diaz. Let's get started, dog. This is weird. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not used to like talking to a microphone and a camera at the same time.
I'm not either. It's kind of tripping me out.
This is gonna be different, but I think we can overcome it and make some good quality content for people to listen to. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
So, if you don't know who we are, I'm Dalton Coffey. This is Jonathan Diaz. We are here at VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia. 12th floor of the new GRC Gladding Residence building.
And we'll leave it there.
There. That's all you need to know.
We'll leave it there.
We don't want to get tracked down for our immense popularity. But
what I think is interesting when people talk on podcasts is the thing that amazes me most is that people actually listen. That
people care enough to want to know like what two people sitting at a table have to say.
Yeah, or even anybody at all. Just to like put it on your phone. Like some people just like sit on their bed and listen to it. I can't do that.
Yeah, I'll listen to one. Like I like Cody Ko and Noel Miller's Tiny Meat Gang podcast. Actually.
Tiny Meat Gang.
Swear to God.
That's an awesome name.
But
Tiny Meat Gang.
It is one of the best podcasts I've ever listened. I mean, of course, I like Joe Rogan, but
Joe Rogan.
But theirs is so good because I can play it in the car, and theirs isn't like so much as like news and like informative like Joe Rogan's is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they'll talk about some news thing, but then they'll make some hypothetical situation and just roll with it and make it so fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like so funny. They'll go so many different directions with it. Like it's great.
And that's the thing. Like I wonder like hopefully we see ourselves doing this a couple weeks from now if all goes well, hopefully. Like what we'll talk about in the future, because like this is just the intro just to say who we are and whatnot. So
this is pretty much the pilot episode.
Yeah, the episode 1 season 1 pilot trailer. But yeah, I think what matters the most is just getting started, execution. It doesn't matter what you do. I feel like if you have an idea, like even this is just a small idea, and just executing it is so like, it goes over people's heads so much. And people have great ideas, and they don't execute it, and then somebody else does it, and then boom, like it becomes successful.
Exactly.
And people are like, damn, like I came up with that. I mean, obviously people come up with the same thing different times, but
yeah. Like when I was thinking about starting and I was looking into like the different like content creators and stuff, and of course I was looking into PewDiePie. Mm-hmm. I found this old video that he made talking about how to get started on YouTube, and of course he made a couple of them because people ask him about that all the time because he's at 81 million subscribers now at this point.
81? He was just on 80 last week.
Yeah, no, 80 like 2.
We must defeat T-Series.
Shout out PewDiePie. But he was talking about how no matter what you want to do, if you want to be a content creator, don't stress about having bad equipment. Don't stress about anything as long as you have an idea and as long as you put in the time and you try to do it. People are going to listen to it no matter what. Because I mean, when he first started, all he was doing was he had like a screen recording program on his computer, and it was him playing Call of Duty with a little voiceover with it. And he went from that to where he is now, like over 10 years down the line, 81 million subscribers. Yeah. So like, he's like the prime example of like internet success. For sure. And
to tag along with that, Joe Rogan, I believe it was episode. It's sad that I know the episodes. I don't think it's sad. Episode. I think it's like 666. He's talking to, I believe Dan.
Bazarian?
I don't remember which, but I do remember something along the lines basically that when they both started out, they didn't see this as like almost like as a movement. Like they didn't think this would become popular. They just like started uploading their stuff. And they even said the same thing. Like it doesn't take like quality stuff. Like you need right off the bat, you don't need to be purchasing $500 plus worth of equipment if you're just starting out. Like right now, we're using my Canon SX 730, I believe. I can't even think. And then we also have this Zoom H4 Pro that we got from like our college library. So, which is cool that they even let people borrow stuff like this.
Oh yeah, they have a whole workshop. I didn't even know it was there.
I think,
showed me it. There's so much stuff.
And then they have like the podcast room. They have, of course, camcorders. They have tripods.
Oh yeah. Also, if whoever's watching this, I don't know who it is, the background might change. We might dabble and see what it's like in the podcast room. Like record one there.
I feel like this is a typical dorm room.
Yeah.
At least not like here at. No, it's a typical dorm room. LED lights.
Oh yeah.
Flags.
Oh yeah.
New record player. People are gonna roast me for having the suitcase-looking one, but it's whatever. I gotta start somewhere, you know.
That's fine. Exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You gotta start somewhere with what you want, especially with like hobbies and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go into something being like, "Hey, I'm about to drop however much money on this, and hope that I stick with it."
Mm-hmm.
You have to like get something on the cheaper end, see if you like it before you waste your money on it. Because I mean, I've heard so many people like just trying to do something and then spending all their money on like insane equipment and then never touching it again.
I do that a lot. I get into these little hobbies.
Yeah.
Oh my god. If Brooke hears this, or my mom or my dad, they're gonna laugh so hard because I get in, or even my siblings. But I get into these little hobbies. The latest one obviously is vinyls, but the one before that was fish. So what I would do. So Brooke, my girlfriend, she gave me a 50-gallon. It was a decent sized tank, and
like feeding, like having your own fish.
yeah, I have my own fish.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like fishing.
No. I do like fishing though, but that's another story. So I got a decent sized tank. I was researching. I probably did like 2 weeks of researching, and then I went ahead and bought everything because you have to like let the water sit there for a little bit. Yeah. And I spent $200 off the bat.
Oh, God.
I'm not even lying. Sand. I just saw stuff like when I get into something, I'm gonna do it all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way with it.
I'm gonna go all the way. So $200. That was like sand, rocks. I bought plants. Obviously fish. I had a lot of guppies, and then they had babies, and then they became adults, and then they had fish, and then I ended up giving them back. What else did I buy? Obviously, like the little decorations, and I went hard. I went hard, man.
I mean, I respect the hustle going hard into something like that. The only thing that I can think about that I've ever really done that with that I can like admit to is getting the seaboard. That keyboard thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've done stuff with it, but I should have gotten a normal keyboard.
Yeah.
Because that thing has 5-dimensional technology, and I try to play it, and I do normal keyboard chords, but that thing is hard. It's meant to like load a string instrument onto it and play it like a guitar.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I mean, at least you were creative enough to like be like, let me try something new. You know?
Yeah. I mean, also there was a discount code, so it's not like I spent.
Yeah. But then you look back on it, and you're like, wow, did I really need to spend that money? Like, I'm not even using it now.
And then Maneem, our friend Maneem, he probably watched this at some point.
Shout
He was
out.
trying to get me to give it to him.
For how much? He was gonna pay?
Free.
Free?
Yeah. At one point, I think he
That's
offered me
legit.
money at another one too.
But
First thing he ever said was, "Will you give it to me?" I was like, "No. Too much money."
How much did you pay for it?
160.
Mm.
Not terrible. I mean, it's
That's not terrible, but I mean, for something that you end up that long term that you're not gonna use.
yeah.
It
I mean,
adds
my
up.
brother's
It adds
used it,
up.
and I make sure that he uses it until like it actually gets used and gets the money worth. So like, it's not a complete lost cause, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know how to play the keyboard.
And I feel like so many people can relate to this. Like,
Oh.
people will get into so many hobbies, but I think it's good because then you explore what you like to do, and you figure out that's not for me.
Yeah.
And then you be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is for me.
And especially like with this a college advice tip, which we also want to try to do.
Yes,
on this,
some
is
declassified
kind of
college
style thing.
survival guide.
Is like if you're in college and even if you feel like you have a lot on your plate, which is what I thought I was last semester, I felt like I was swamped. This semester I set up my schedule to a way I wanted it to be. I'm comfortable with it, and you pushed me to start this podcast, and even like, I mean, this is probably the first episode that'll even go anywhere.
Yeah.
Probably. But just having, I mean, we've done like trials and stuff, but even just having it and having it in the background, like thinking about it all the time, like trying to plan it, it makes you feel so much more productive just having a secondary thing that isn't like on a deadline. It's your project. It's 100% up to you what you want to do with it. And it's not enforced by your school or by somebody higher up than you. So having that and having your own drive to get that done makes you feel even more successful with everything else that you do.
Amen. Man.
Because you'll be going into school and being like, well, shit, I mean, I made a podcast by myself. I can write a paper.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll go into it with so much more confidence, and it makes you feel less stressed and everything, even if you're doing more.
Yeah.
It ends up working
definitely
a lot better.
It becomes like a domino effect. I feel like when you feel I want to say courageous, when you get that just that feeling inside when you just can't even speak, successful with something, it just becomes a domino effect, and then you start doing things that you wouldn't imagine yourself doing.
Yeah.
And you just try new things, and then that's where it comes into those little hobbies, and then soon that hobby might become a career that
You wouldn't have done unless you tried.
For sure.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
You just have to try things, man.
Yeah. And I think now it's so important for us to do stuff because we're in a safety net right now. Like, we're always going to have, thankfully, a roof over our head, somewhere to eat, bed to sleep on. And we have all these resources on campus where we can literally do anything. We could, I mean, not saying that we would be the best at it, but we could go to that studio in the workshop where we got this equipment from, make freaking our own mixtape.
Yeah.
We could shoot a music video. People,
we could
like,
make a band if we wanted to.
Yeah,
We
like
could
there's
do it.
so, and there's other people out there that are learning this stuff in the class that they want to try, but they don't know people,
Yeah.
which is something that I want to get into that we could talk about in another episode if we do this. Where people don't know other people who are like-minded in the same college, where they could collab together and make something really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to make a platform for that. And then if it's not that, then they're just discouraged and they don't want to do it.
Yeah. But I mean,
Because they don't have the highest quality and stuff like that. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you gotta start somewhere.
Like, you can't limit yourself with how it comes out or how it sounds. Like,
Mhm.
this probably won't look the best. It probably won't sound
Probably
the
not.
best.
I mean, it's 1080p, but you don't use so much. I think it's actually dying, so we'll probably wrap up real soon.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's fine.
But if you take anything from this, and we'll probably end up looking back on this and be like, we were going somewhere with this, or we did
Yeah.
go somewhere with this, and I think that's all that matters. So try, guys.
Sorry this episode was short. We're gonna work on
It's gonna
it.
go longer. It's just a pilot, but I don't even know where we're gonna post this.
YouTube, probably. That's probably
YouTube.
your best bet.
Mm-hmm.
Post on YouTube. I'll make a Twitter account or something for it too.
That'd be cool.
Follow there for updates. Follow my alternate Twitter account, Dumpster Tornado, for anything you need, or my regular Twitter. I'll link that with it.
And I think what would be really cool, since we're just starting out, is if people who actually do listen to this, if you have like a topic we could talk about that maybe you're interested in, and we could
Any kind of
talk about it.
submission you want, send it
I
our
think that'd
way.
be pretty cool.
We
It
can
doesn't
talk
matter
about
what it
anything.
is.
We'll
We'll
talk
talk about anything.
We don't care. We
Yeah.
have pretty similar interests. We'd talk about anything we want. All right. Well,
How do we end this? Are we gonna do like a little like a Looney Tunes thing, where it just pops out at you, or you have like a little slogan? We'll probably find something. We'll probably put like teens in the beginning and the end.
probably. We'll do some music or something at the beginning and end with it. But for now, everybody, stay safe. Have a good day. Hope to see you next time.
We'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, when you mess up.